Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about Imam Ali Redha because it's his birthday today and about my father who visited his shrine in the 1960s. So first of all, here is a picture of my dad, and he's 10 years old in this photograph. It's a photocopy of a photograph that was torn, then glued back together. The earliest one of him. On the right hand side you can see he's a little bit older and fresher faced. An old family photograph we have here, a granduncle and my grandfather, my father's father, Sayyid Mazhar Hussain. My father said that he passed away when he was only a small boy, maybe 5 years old. So my dad was an orphan at a very young age. And from the torn up photograph, I have a picture that I've drawn of my dad. I've pieced it together in my mind and I came up with this. And I wrote a poem to go with the picture, which I'll read. Without you there would not be me. Without you there would not be this. Without you, I would not be me. Without you, I am never this. And I am only who I am because of all the love you gave, and I never knew till now the prayers in my soul are saved. The orphan, he is growing up. One orphan that grew up was you. That's why I never understood the way you were with me, but you existed as my father, and the love you gave, you existed as my father, and the love you gave to me was true. Who else within the universe could take the place of one like you? Your heart, it is imbued with mine, your hand has joined onto my hand. Through you and me, though you and me were not the same, the nurturing of my own mind, with everything of good you gave, it resonates within the words I write within this verse, to you. So when my dad was about 20 odd or so, he left Lahore from Pakistan and travelled to England via Iran, and on the way visited the shrine of Imam Ali ibn Musa Redha. That night he had a dream that he saw 4 moons in the sky. And well, I suppose he would not deny that this is one of the 4 moons, and it's me. The other would be my sister, Alia, and Afifa, and my brother, Aleem. And so, when I was about 3 to 4 years old, my father fulfilled his promise to go back to Pakistan and visit the shrine of Imam Ali Redha on the way. I don't remember because I was too young, but my sister Alia does. We went via Iran and visited the shrine of Ali ibn Musa Redha. In 1993 I went to Iran again and took some photographs which I used for my fine art degree course that I was on. And here are some of them, which are combined with a letter that I wrote after having done some research. The research came from these books here, and, well, the one on the right, it's the same as the one on the left. And so I'm going to send the right path by Abdul Hussain Sharafuddin al-Musawi. His picture you can see on the left. I'm going to send this copy, the hardback copy, to my very good and kind family member. Kind at heart, I know he's kind at heart. Lives in Cheetham Hill, Manchester. The photographs were hand developed and were put on board and encapsulated or bordered with wallpaper to create an argument about what is fine art and what is popular art. My research led me to a conclusion that the tribe of Bani Umayyah, in the time of the Prophet Muhammad, starting with Abu Sufyan, who waged a war with Muhammad. Later on, his son waged a war with Ali, and his son's name was Muawiyah. He waged a war with Ali, the cousin, brother and son-in-law of Muhammad, and Muawiyah's son Yazid waged a war and was responsible for the bloodshed and the killing of Imam Hussein in Karbala. Some people try to say that all of this, or try to wash it over, but when you look at the reality of the trend between Bani Umayyah and Bani Hashim, you can see the clear truth. The only problem is that some people try to mix the lie to the truth. We hand developed these in the darkroom, manually took them with a manual camera, no computers. In those days, in 1993, this reminded me of a honeycomb. So beautiful, so tasty, the architecture. And this was the closest that I got. When you go inside the inner sanctum, you're not allowed your camera, but I can describe to you that going into the shrine of Ali ibn Musa al-Redha is like going into heaven. The sky full of mirrors. The Quran says, surely we have made you an Imam of men. Allah says that to Ibrahim, and Ibrahim asks Allah, and what of my family, my progeny? And Allah says in the Quran to Ibrahim, my covenant, my promise does not include the unjust. So Imamat is within the Quran, and Ibrahim is in the Salat of the Muslimin. In Usul al-Kafi, Imam Ali Redha says, indeed Imamat is the reign of religion and the system of Muslims and the righteousness and welfare of the world and the honour and glory of the faithful. Verily, Imamat is the growing and ongoing root of Islam and its elevated and sublime branch. Salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad.